And I just wonder what sort of tsunami is waiting for us if we as a nation continue to talk about street children and child-headed households as though these things are normal.
Street children. Hungry, filthy, begging. The victims of extreme poverty, social disintegration, physical violence, and sexual abuse. Often we ignore them. Sometimes we give them money. Is there an answer to this seemingly insurmountable problem? A United Nations survey revealed that there are over 400,000 street children in South Africa alone. That survey was 6 years ago. The Amasango Career School in Grahamstown is a unique primary school conceived and founded by its principal, Jane Bradshaw. Open to former street children and others from poverty-stricken backgrounds, it offers these children an accelerated bridging education, a second chance to re-embark on their schooling. What sets the Amasango model apart from a shelter is that here, education is used as a means of rehabilitation. But street children have not only been starved of education, they have also been starved emotionally. Love, care, and discipline from the staff are the key pillars on which this curriculum is founded.
Excellent.
But how did it all start?
A priest phoned me and said, "Jane, I've got a proposition to make. Could I come and have a cup of tea with you?" And he arrived and we passed a few pleasantries, and then he said, "I've come to ask you to start a school for the street children." And my adrenaline just rushed right through my body. My heart started palpitating, I was perspiring, and I just knew that this was what I was going to do with my life. We work with children who have seen and experienced stuff that most of us have only read about, but they've never had the opportunity to play. And somehow, through timetabling in time for educational games, jigsaw puzzles, etc., and free play with toys, we slowly unlock the child inside the hard little adult. Snakes and Ladders is probably the most educational game that there is. You learn amazing things from Snakes and Ladders. You learn to wait for your turn. You learn that you can think you're winning and you lose. You can think you're losing and you win. You can learn not to kill someone just because they laugh at you. And finally, if you steal the dice, you can't play tomorrow.
One of the biggest challenges that we are faced with is the drugs problem. Some of our learners are using drugs from the age of 10 years upwards. The sad part of it is that for children who are under 18 years of age, there is no rehab around in Grahamstown. It has a big impact on their behavior. They become aggressive. They can't learn in the classroom. They do all sorts of things to disturb the others whom they know are not using drugs and are concentrating on their schoolwork. So that's the main challenge, discipline all round. So we as teachers at Amasango, we have to be parents, we have to be teachers, we have to be psychologists, everything in one.
When a pupil first enters Amasango, they are given baseline tests to determine their level of education. Some may even have a report stating that they've passed grade 7 when in fact they can't write at all. A 16-year-old, who testing shows to be at a grade 2 level, cannot see a future if they have to spend a year in every grade. But with the Amasango system, in as little as 3 years, they can progress through all the grades and onto high school. If that 16-year-old child had to return to a conventional primary school, they would be placed in a grade 2 class of children half their age, feel embarrassed and foolish, and end up dropping out yet again. So the children of Amasango benefit through finding a place of normality. They are the normal at this school.
Hello, this is Mrs. Bradshaw at Amasango School. I have a boy on a roof at the station who yesterday was saying he wishes he was dead. And now he's sitting on the edge of the roof looking down at the concrete, and I feel quite anxious. I think you people have people who can talk people down, don't you? No, I think I need somebody who can persuade a young man not to jump off the roof. Thank you.
This potential suicide situation is only one of several extreme incidents that happened on the day we visited. By the time the bell had rung, we'd had a reported attack on a former pupil, a violent playground altercation, an emotionally traumatized girl, and finally, 4 students were arrested for stealing.
Now he's sitting up there staring down at the concrete in a despondent-looking posture, and I'm a bit anxious.
But Amasango continues to play a parental role long after their pupils have graduated. Just because they have passed grade 7, it doesn't mean that anything in their home lives has changed.
Let it out. It's so good to let it out. It's so good.
This is Koleka, a former pupil who has been taken in by a Muslim family in Bathurst. At only 15, she has full-blown AIDS. She has come to school today to get assistance in gaining her antiretrovirals from the clinic.
No, but we're going to be there before 12. It's 10 past 10. So as soon as the vehicle comes, then we can arrange it for you.
Because she is underage, ARVs will not be issued to her unless she is accompanied by an adult. The Amasango staff fulfills this task as well. Dumasani is an Amasango success story. Neglected by his parents as a child, he joined the Amasango Career School when he was 12. Since then, he has passed matric, become a church youth group leader, a marimba band leader, and excelled in an office management course. He is here today to show Jane his newly acquired heavy-duty driver's license.
It's sampan beans today, so the children get a fortified porridge first thing in the morning in the classroom, then they get their bread and drink at break, and then a plate of cooked food at lunchtime every day, and it's different every day. It's critical because a lot of our children don't eat at home at all. A lot of them are totally dependent on the school for their food. So apart from getting a balanced diet every day, we also give them a small food parcel on a Friday.
Though there are many difficulties, the difference that Amasango makes in the lives of both their pupils and graduates is clear.
My life before I come to Amasango, I was used to beg here town, sleeping in the town with the friends, smoking ganja and stuff. And then one day I walk past here and then I see the children, and then I call one of them. And then I ask them, what's happening right here? And then they tell me, this is a free education. When you want to improve yourself, you are willing to go in. And then I go in and then I meet Mama Jane, and she was a nice woman.
I find it an enormous privilege to have been called and equipped to work with God's broken children, God's hurting children. And there are times when one gets very frustrated, and there are times when one feels a total failure. But His love is new every morning. And I long for them to learn and know that as well.